Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Fatback 4 Daily. It is Wednesday night. I know that because my bins got collected this morning, so that showed me what day it was. This one is a little bit different. A man called Dylan Westwood. I don't know how young, old, or middle aged he is, but he asked me to do a show on an LFC draft. I've come up with a draft. I've come up with some rules to annoy the lads, and the lads being Grizz, Chris, and Keith. They have decided who's going to go first, second, and third for the first player, and we're just going to take this, see how it goes. I'll explain everything in due course. Here we go. And here we go. This show, of course, is brought to you by Paddy Power. A bookie's a website and an app. If you gamble, please gamble responsibly, and remember to do so with Paddy Power. So, the LFC draft. It's easy to pick a LFC best 11, even if you go first, second, or third in a choice. So I've made this a little bit more difficult. How it's going to work for the lads is, we've drawn lots at the start. Well, we went to draw lots, and Grizz just threw it out and went, well, I'm happy to go last. But what we're going to do is...
What a fair man.
What a fair man. He's going to give out. He's going to use that as an excuse towards the end of the show. Just bear that in mind. So what we're doing is Chris is going first, Keith goes second, Grizz goes third, and then the next player, Keith, then Grizz, then Chris, and then the next player, Grizz, then Chris, then Keith. And then we go back to the start. But what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to pick a best 11, but they can't have the same players at all in the choices that they make. Plus, across the three teams, they can only have, say, the same nationality twice. I.e., if Keith picks Steven Gerrard, no one else can have Steven Gerrard. Plus, there can only be one other English player in all of the three teams. Okay, that's how it's going to work. It's going to make it a lot more difficult. There is a competition for listeners and viewers coming up. I'll explain that all at the end. But the chance to win the new Nike home Liverpool kit with all the bells and whistles, badges and numbers and names and whatever you want to do. So that's the rules. Okay, Avo's in, Danny's in, Safiso is in. They're all in there, and they've heard what's going on, so we'll see how we get on. We have Dylan in the background. He's going to be letting the lads know how their choices are going. He's going to reveal what position they get to start off with, stuff like that. The lads didn't know that bit, but I've just thrown that at them as we go. So this is how we're going, lads. First of all, Keith, are you okay with those rules?
I'll tell you in a few minutes, yeah.
But you understand them?
I understand them, yeah.
Okay, that's grand. That's 1 hour.
That's half the battle.
That's 1 hour three. Well, it's not really the battle to get the Grizz yet. Chris, do you understand the rules here?
I understand the rules.
Okay. Are you confident within the rules?
I was fine until he said it was two nationalities across all three teams. I thought it was just in your own team.
Yeah.
That curveball I wasn't quite expecting.
Brilliant. I'm delighted. And Grizz, you haven't listened to a bar of this, but we'll get you through it. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Yeah. And yeah. Look, me and Grizz know how each other work. So what we're going to do is I've sent Dylan a list of 1 to 11. Beside each number is a position on the pitch. I'm not going to let you go 4-2-3-1. I'm not let you go 4-4-2. It's 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 strikers, and a goalkeeper. Okay, that's what you have to work within. 1 defender, 1 goalkeeper, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards. Owen Walker has for the rules again, because he missed the start. Should we give him the rules again? Okay.
No.
Very, very quickly, Owen.
Owen's being a silly sausage.
I'll tell you what, Owen, you're going to work this out very, very quickly as it goes. But basically, and I'll keep reminding people as we go. All right? And it is in the description, says Danny Emery. If you look on YouTube, you see all our hard work is paying off already. So, Chris, I want you to give Dylan a number between 1 and 11, please.
7.
Number 7.
Midfield.
Right, so Chris starts with a midfielder. Okay.
What? I thought we
Ooh.
started from goalkeeper.
No.
Now you see, Grizz. Curveballs.
No. Now you
Can
see
I
the way.
not go last
No.
No.
Okay.
You bunch of tossers.
Yes.
You know,
see, that's what happens
Around
when
the
you run
world,
your mouth,
Grizz.
Chris.
Around the world, around the
shit.
world.
Okay, so
Oh my God.
Chris gets the start, and he gets to pick midfield first. Always remember, if Chris picks an English player, okay, Grizz, Chris, and Keith can only use one other English player through all of the three teams, and they
That's
cannot
not gonna
have the
work.
player that he's picked. Okay, so Chris, who is your first player in your team?
Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard. Okay, Steven Gerrard is now ruled out. Steven Gerrard is now ruled out for the rest of the lads. Plus, we can only have one other English player in the next 32 players that's going to be picked.
That's not going to work.
Well, it has to, you see.
It'll
And
have
now,
to, yeah.
instead of you sitting around going
Get
Suarez,
crazy.
instead of you
Well,
sitting
I'm
around,
gonna
no, hold
well-
on. Instead of you sitting around now going Suarez, Salah, do I go Mane, do I go Torres? Now you're going to have to actually dig deep into the,
You're going to be
into
able
the
to
reservoir.
Andre Vordanin's pass.
Yes. And Danny has pointed out very quickly that Grizz, minus his pen and paper he was asked to bring, Danny feels that this is going to break Grizz. I think so too, Danny.
Well,
So
I
it's
told
already
you
broken.
it's already broken me because I had it strategically planned to go last.
No, he
Right?
didn't.
Yeah.
Because I thought we were going to go by position, and then
I'm
when it
opening a
comes
can
to
in
midfield-
celebration of all this, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
go on.
This is. I think you've planned this. You on my back.
No,
because I wouldn't have
I'll tell
opted
you.
to go last.
Let me put the defence forward before you get yourself into all sorts of legal problems. Okay. I sent you a voicemail today, and I gave you
Perfectly
all the
understood.
rules. And your
Perfectly
response to the
understood.
voicemail was, "I don't know what you're saying." And I wrote back, "Have you listened? Yes, LOL." So you just disregarded the voicemail, okay? Then I sent you a second one, explaining more stuff about it, and clearly you just didn't listen to it, which is great.
Okay, guys, you with me? You did not mention this last bit. What you just planned with Dylan to give you a number, and then from that number you decide what position. You did not tell anyone that.
That bit was a curve, yeah.
Absolutely, it's a curve. The cans are
It's
in.
a
says Danny.
fantastic one, yeah.
The cans
If you
are in,
don't-
says Danny. It's absolutely amazing. Shane Davlin shouts cans. My man Davo, my favourite person ever. The team he's
That's a
picked.
load of bollocks.
The
that
team,
is.
I told you it was going to break him. The team he's picked already has gone up the wall, says Avo. It absolutely has. I haven't even got a chance to share this on social media because I'm having such a good time. But so Keith, we go next. You get the next midfielder to pick. You can pick an English player, but you cannot have Steven
I
Gerrard.
am very definitely picking an English player because my tactic in this to back Grizz up, I thought we were going to be going for your goalkeeper out, and I was going to be an absolute shy pipe in this, and I was going to pick two English players in the defence to take Steven Gerrard out of everyone else's team.
Okay.
But my
So
tactics have now
everyone's
been
plans gone
scuppered.
haywire. So
Yeah.
fuck's sake, bollocks.
But what I'm going to do, it can be
Apart
any
from mine.
midfielder, yeah.
It can be
So any
midfielder.
position, it doesn't have to be. I'm going to go for Ray Kennedy.
Ray Kennedy. Okay, so Ray Kennedy is now gone, and Steven Gerrard is now gone, and you can't pick another Englishman in all of this. In all of this game now, there's no more Englishmen allowed in any of the three teams, which is amazing. Straight off the bat. Shane Davrin just says spoofing Gigna. I don't know who that's towards, but you can make your own
Hi,
minds up.
Shane.
Avo says he's going to have to get more cans in. This is going to take a while. It won't. Grizz is going to start crying and knock the Monopoly
I'm
board off
really
the table
not.
and piss
you
off.
really underestimate my knowledge. You really
Oh no, I
underestimate
don't.
it. We go for
I
it.
don't underestimate your knowledge. I underestimate your stamina to actually go and start thinking of these players. That's what.
Nah, I've pulled a pen and paper out. I concede.
Oh, well, that's what we're all doing now, then.
Okay.
I concede. All right, so it's my turn for midfielder.
Yep.
I'm going Graham Souness.
Graham Souness. Okay, so Graham Souness is now gone, and one Scottish player is now gone. Shaq is on. Shaq, sorry we had to start at 10 p.m. even though you asked for 10:10, but it is 10:10, and we've just got through our first series of players. You will pick this up as you go along. I have explained it in Discord, and I have explained it in the YouTube description, so hopefully that helps. So Keith goes first in the next round. Keith, can you please give Dylan a number between 1 and 11?
4.
Number 4. Dylan, what is number 4?
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Oh.
Okay, so Dylan has given you goalkeeper. Michael Owen is out of contention now, says Dylan on Periscope. He absolutely is.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't a great goalie though, was he?
No, he wasn't a great goalie, but he's out of contention anyway. He can't, and you can't pick Scott Carson now either. So there you
Yeah,
go.
unlucky.
Got it. That's my whole plan gone.
Yeah. So
But I can pick Alison Becker.
Twat.
Alison Becker. Okay, that's Alison in. So that's gone for both lads and one Brazilian out of the way. Keith goes with Alison Becker. Grizz, you get to go next.
So my goalkeeper now will be, there's no Englishman, bloody hell. I'm going to have to go for Bruce Grobbelaar.
Bruce Grobbelaar. Okay. And that takes, he's Zimbabwe, wasn't he?
Zimbabwe,
So if
yeah.
you've any other Zimbabwe superstar that you wanted to have in the team, get him in quick before it runs out. And Chris, you go next.
I'll go for Elijah Scott.
Elijah
Ooh,
Scott.
Saucy. Very
Okay.
good.
What nationality was Elijah Scott?
Northern
Irish.
Yeah.
Nordic.
Nordish Irish.
Yeah, Northern Irish.
I'm going to let that go as Northern Irish, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Shit keeper, though.
Your lack of knowledge, Chris, is amazing.
Okay.
Shit keeper.
Right, so...
Seen him on YouTube.
Seen him on YouTube.
What's his XG?
Keepy Uppies were terrible on YouTube from Elijah Scott.
He was good in FIFA in 1926.
Okay, the next one up. So you've both picked two players so far. Just to remind people, Chris has picked Elijah Scott and Stephen Gerrard.
I thought he's a member of Nation of Islam.
Keith has picked Alison Becker and Ray Kennedy, and Grizz has picked Bruce Grobbelaar and Graham Souness.
I'm winning
Grizz,
so far. Everyone
you
knows
get to
that.
go next. The number 7 and the number 4 is gone.
Yep.
So give me a number between 1 and 11.
10.
10. Dylan, what is number 10?
Midfield.
Midfielder.
Bring
Grizz.
it on. Bring it on, Dylan.
Right.
All right. Midfield, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Englishman is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Midfield. I'm gonna go. Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso. Okay, of course, that takes a Spanish player out of the way, and it takes Xabi Alonso away from the other two lads. Chris, you get to go next.
I will go Philip Coutinho.
Philip Coutinho.
Midfield. Oh, we're overrunning viewers. Oh, what a shit team so far.
Philip Coutinho, of course, now means that no more Brazilians can be in the side, okay?
Yep.
And obviously, Philip Coutinho is gone for everybody else. Keith,
Yeah.
who you having?
Like they were my
But
two
Gav,
picks there.
just to buy in there, Gav, shouldn't you have positions for players like Coutinho's not a midfielder? He
No,
would
I'm
never
attacking
happy,
be-
midfielder.
I'm happy if he wants to play him in midfield.
Well, he was
Did
in
he-
attacking midfield, so
Yeah.
Did you not watch 13-14 when he played in the midfield for Diamond?
God.
Did you miss that bit?
He's an attacker. He's not a midfielder. He's an attacker.
No, I disagree,
A
Grizz.
midfielder comes into a half. How many times has Phil Coutinho come into a half?
Grizz, I'm going to... Grizz,
Well, it's okay. Rules are
Philip
rules. I
Coutinho,
understand.
Philip Coutinho played...
He's an attacker.
He played a lot of games in the midfield three for Liverpool. He also
Alright,
played
I'm
a
gonna
lot
do
in
a
the
poll
top
after
three.
this.
You can do
I'm
a
gonna do
poll
a
wherever
poll.
you fucking want. I don't care where you do it. But
Snapping.
I'm giving him Philip Coutinho. Absolutely. It's ruined out of Brazilian,
Snapping
and I know that's upsetting Grizz, which makes it even better. So,
That's why I'm doing it.
so Keith, you get to pick your midfielder.
right. Yeah, I'm scuppered a bit on this one, so I might have to go a bit desperate because Xabi and Coutinho and Fabinho were in my mixer here. So I'm going to go with the ever reliable Gini Wijnaldum.
Gini Wijnaldum.
Yeah, he was my second option. If there's any consolation, Keith.
Thanks, Grizz.
No
Okay,
problem.
Gini Wijnaldum, of course, takes Gini away from the other people, and it takes a Dutch spot out of these three sides. Now, we're back to the start. Chris, give me a number between 1 and 11, not including 4, 7, or 10.
9.
Number 9. Dylan. Number 9.
Centre back.
Centre back.
And who's now?
Oh, who could it be? Should we go with Van Dijk?
You can go with that. Virgil van Dijk, no problem.
Hello, it's me third.
It's not you.
No, it's not you first.
We're back to the start.
We've gone back
Grizz.
to the
You're
start.
last on this one.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
So
Yeah.
you'd want to start Googling how to spell Kyriakos Grizz, because that's all you're going to be left with.
Owen Borg says Coutinho played in the midfield 3 in 2014. He absolutely did. Supercard Kieran really likes the Xavi Alonso spot from Grizz, and Shaq says a good shout by Keith on Genie Wijnaldum. So VVD gets into super looking side by Chris so far, in fairness.
Bollocks. He needed that with that goalkeeper. He needs VVD. He needs 2 VVDs. With Alicia Dixon in goal.
Right.
Keith, you can't pick any more Dutch players, of course.
I know, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to have to settle for Alan Hansen now and take out all the Scotchies as well. So
Okay.
King Kenny, jog
Jesus
on. You're not
Christ.
getting this.
What have you done?
Alan Hansen. Okay. So, of course, that clears the way for Scottish as well. Grizz, give us a centre-back, please.
Yeah, I'm left with Sammy Hupia.
Sammy
Good
Hupia.
choice.
Sammy Hupia, of course, from... Sorry, one second.
Finland.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just writing something down. Sammy Hupia from Finland. So if you have any Finnish players that you wanted to get in there, get in and do it quick. That was a quick round. So far, just to update people, Kenny Dalglish is gone out of the reckoning, out of these 3 teams, which is amazing. Chris has gone with Elijah Scott, Virgil van Dijk, Steven Gerrard and Philip Coutinho. Keith has gone with Alison Becker, Alan Hansen, Ray Kennedy, Genie Wijnaldum. And Grizz has gone with Bruce Robillard, Sammy Hupia, Graham Souness and Xavi Alonso. Keith, you're next. You get to pick me a number. Number 1. Dylan, what have we got for number 1?
Left back.
Left back.
Right. Oh, my left back is gone, bollocks. Fabio Aurelio pinned
I know.
on this one.
Both man have gone.
Right, left back, I am going to go for... Let me see, what have we got left? I don't know any Zimbabwean left backs.
Not the plate for us.
Back. Right, left back. Who the fuck has played left back?
Now it gets tough.
It does get tough now, yeah, it does get tough.
Now it gets tough.
I'm going to go for a player I don't even fucking like. John Arnorisa.
I can't believe you've done that.
Who have I missed? I'm missing someone obvious here, am I?
I'm just mad. I can't believe you've gone for John Arnorisa.
can't think of another left back.
Barry
Any
Carr
left
has
backs
thrown
I've
in. Barry Carr has thrown in Ali Sissoko.
Don't
be giving
You
ideas.
can give names if you want. Relax, will you? Jesus.
Well, that's not relaxed. That's stupid.
Relax, lads. You're very
You've
aggressive.
got to mention Barry Carr in every pod, don't you? Is he a relative of yours, Barry Carr?
No, he pays.
Barry's a top man.
Well, keep your suggestions to yourself, Gav. I mean, keep Barry's suggestions to himself.
They're all
Grizz
over the message board here, Grizz. It's not like people can't see it.
Yeah, well, I'm not cheater. I'm not cheating.
It's only because you're on your phone, not your
Exactly.
iPad.
You can't get more than one screen on, Grizz. That's the only problem with Grizz, for fuck's sake. Right, John Arnorisa. Okay, left back for John Arnorisa. For Keith, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so that takes.
Who's next?
That takes it. You're next.
That's you, mate.
Is it me next?
Yeah.
It is.
Right, how many Scots we've got? We've
Go
done
on.
the Scots.
Yeah.
We've done the Brazilians
Mm-hmm.
And the English and the Dutch.
and the English and the Dutch. Fucking leaves Stigginga Bjornaby, innit?
The Norwegians getting lollipopped here in one go, are they?
What can I do?
Okay, so you've gone with Stig Inge.
Yeah, no choice.
See, this
Another
is where
one
it
I
gets
hate.
good, isn't it? There's a great shout
Fucking
there
hate
from
them.
Owen Borg, in fairness. Chris.
Fuck's sakes. I didn't even rate him that much. I'm trying to think who's a left back. Christian Ziege.
Ooh,
Ziege. Good one.
really good.
I like that. Ziege. Of course,
We should have gone with that.
that takes Germany down to only one spot left.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, lads.
Yeah.
Just to update you all on the end of that one. So Chris has Scott, Elijah Scott, Virgil van Dijk, Christian Ziege, Steven Gerrard, Philippe Coutinho. Keith says Allison, Alan Hansen, John Enrique, Ray Kennedy, and Genie Wijnaldum. And Grizz has Bruce Grobbelaar, Sammy Hoopia, Stig Inge Bjornaby, Graham Souness, and Javi Alonso. Dylan, before we go on, was there any other names in the group chat there?
I've seen Daniel Agger up a bit.
Yeah, I've seen.
You're not shoehorning the bleeding centre back in there.
We've seen.
Look, on a serious note, Gav. I know you appreciate the interaction, but you can't be giving out names, Gav, for players. It defies the objective.
Okay, I won't give out any more names, Chris. Don't start crying at me now.
Keith, would you agree?
Okay, yeah. Give them out afterwards, maybe. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, give them out afterwards.
Okay,
man.
well the left back is gone, so I can say that I did see Insua. I seen Jimmy Traore there.
El Jimmy.
So listen, just letting
was
you know.
there any glaring ones that we missed out on?
No, unless you're willing to go way back. Even
then, like,
Was Jim Beglin a left back?
Jim Beglin was a left back.
Then that's the one I couldn't think of.
Jim Beglin was a left back. Yeah, that's one that you.
Now that was a great shout.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go for him because I thought that I'm hoping to. Well, there's Irish players you can have for different positions.
Okay, well, Grizz is up next. Grizz, give me a number between 1 and 11. 1, 4, 7, 9, and 10 is gone.
3.
Number 3, Dylan. What have we got? Number 3.
Striker.
Oh, fuck's sake.
A forward player.
I'm last on this. Oh no.
This is tough though. I'm telling you.
Is it fucked up?
It's tough on me because by the time I get to pick,
Yeah. I'm gonna go Luis Suarez.
Luis Suarez. Okay. Of course, that takes Uruguay to 1 in the overall standard, and Luis Suarez is now gone for Chris and Keith. Chris, who are you going for?
Ian Rush.
Ian Rush.
Oh, nice one.
Ian Rush. Of course, that brings Wales up to 1, and takes Ian Rush off the table for everyone. And Keith?
Because we're doing left backs and all, are we just doing 3 strikers? It doesn't have to be wingers.
3 forward players. 3 forward players. So you can do whatever you like.
I'm going to take Spain off the board. I'm going to take Torres.
Good call.
Fernando Torres. Okay, the lads are being a little bit cagey here, I think, because they have got 3 players that could fit in. But of course, Torres, I think, brings that up to 1. No, sorry, it takes Spain off the board
is gone,
to go with
Xavi Alonso.
To go with Xavi Alonso. Ian Rush bring Wales up to 1, and Suarez brings Uruguay up to 1. So,
Gav, can I apologise, Gav?
If you want, who are you apologising to?
To you,
About
Gav.
time.
No problem.
For the rant?
Don't worry about it. It was absolute outburst.
Really well thought out. Really well thought out. This is
Right.
It is. It's tough.
Okay.
He likes his team now. That's why it's 4 times.
Right. We are back to Chris. Chris, give me a number between 1 and 11. You have
11.
You'll have number 11. Okay. Dylan, what we got number 11?
Striker again.
Striker again. Okay, so we're back into strikers. Go ahead. Chris. Sadio Mane.
Pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
Do you not like that one, Grizz?
Keith.
Mo Salah.
I'm stuck here, boy.
Mo
I am.
Salah. Now it gets interesting.
So there's no. I can only laugh. There's no Brazilian.
No
There's
Brazilians.
no Englishman.
No.
No Brazilians.
No Kobe, no Barnes. Oh shit. No Dalglish.
No.
I'm stuck here. All right. Okay. Let's think. Let's calm down. And think.
Get rational, Grizz. Get the rational head on here. There's loads to choose from.
Grizz, get your
Not saying
rational.
they're any good.
All right. I don't need either of you to talk right now.
You don't need to pep talk. No?
It's a really shit podcast, Grizz, if we don't do that, though.
Come on, Grizz.
Jesus, man.
Now, just while Grizz is taking a half an hour to get this answer, just to remind people that, and I'll do it again later on, but you're going to have to put a team together after all this. So all these players are gone for you, okay? Which makes it doubly difficult for the listeners or viewers. What I'm going to do is, after this show, I'm going to open up basically a section in our Discord group. That's the only place you can put the team. You put your team in there. Myself and Keith are going to go through them and pick out a top 3, put them to a vote on Twitter. Whoever wins wins the 2021 Nike home jersey with all the badges and names and numbers on them, alright? But I will remind you again later on.
Subject to availability, it could be the Warrior jersey from 2013.
Our football mightn't start back again ever again. I'll have to give you a
photograph of a jersey.
A photograph of a jersey. Dylan Westwood is in, and Dylan Westwood is in. Imagine just sending someone a picture of a photo of a jersey. Oh, yeah, but it's your favourite one. You love it. Dylan Westwood says he's loving this tonight. Dylan, this is your baby. You wanted a draft. I did make a couple of rules to annoy the lads, but I hope you're enjoying it. Grizz, you've had enough time. Come on, I could have went for a smoke there.
Yeah, Jari Litmanen.
Oh, lovely. Good choice.
Very
Yari,
good.
and of course, he's finished as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Finland is gone.
So Jari Litmanen is in there. So Finland has been wiped off the availability list, I suppose. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones coming in there. I can't let Dylan shout them out. No, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So who are we on now? Are we back to Chris?
Me.
No, we're back to
me.
Yeah, we're back to Keith to start, okay?
8.
Number 8, Dylan.
Striker again.
Striker again. Keith gets a first shout. Somebody's moving around quite a bit there, lads, if you can settle down.
So let's see. Strikers. It is getting a bit trickier now.
Yeah. Owen Book says even the wife is listening here with him. A nation is holding its breath. I hope she has a can as well, Owen. And Dylan says it's amazing. Thank you, lads. Listen, if you want stuff done, ask us and we'll try our best. And by the way, I'm interviewing Chris Pajak from the Redmen TV at 11 a.m. in the morning. We'll have that out for you tomorrow afternoon. Go.
Right, striker. I'm going to go for the left field one here, and I'm going to take Steve Highway.
Steve Highway.
Oh, you bastard. You bastard. That's
Steve Highway, of course, is Irish. That brings Ireland up to 1 because Elijah Scott is going in as Northern Irish. Grizz, you go next. There's loads I'm missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to pick good ones, right?
But there's loads I'm missing.
It's not.
Oh, bollocks.
Paddy Lawson is in the house. Paddy, how are you? Big congratulations to Patrick Lawson. His first child, his son, was born a couple of days ago. Everything is great, so congratulations to him and Sue.
Well, Paddy.
This is like a local radio station, isn't it? People are just giving in a bit of news. If you have any news, send it in and we'll talk about it while Grizz is taking ages. Yeah.
No. Nationalities have got left.
Loads.
There's loads you're missing. Oh,
good one.
Somebody did shout Dirk out, but of course the Dutch is gone.
Yeah.
But there's a couple in there.
There's an argument Dirk out was a midfielder.
Irish lads left?
Sorry?
Can we pick any Irish lads again?
You can pick an Irish lad. There's one Irish lad. You can pick one from the Republic of Ireland and one from Northern Ireland if you would so like.
Yeah, so go on, John Aldridge,
which is a big show from Barry Carr that you were giving out about 5 minutes ago. Amazing. John Aldridge. I don't know how that front three is going to work together, Grizz, I'm being honest.
Littman behind the two of them, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I can't see who's going to get out wide and put the ball in the box for Aldridge to score.
Sorry about it. I'll fix that.
Owen Borg says, will you hurry up, Grizz? He's going to work at 5 in the morning, which is a fair show. With the Dutch gone, it was a shame that we couldn't have Eric Myers as PW, which is fair enough as well. And Patrick Lawson says, cheers to everybody. You're more than welcome, Paddy. We're over the moon with you. Chris, we're back to you for the last striker in this.
Just having to think. got someone in mind, but I don't think it'll work.
Now remember, these three teams will go to a vote on Twitter tomorrow to see who is ultimately the best at picking teams. When there's all sort of curveballs thrown at you.
He's gone. I will go with John Toshak.
John Toshak, another Welshman.
Nice.
Okay, well, that's finished. Nobody went for... Dylan, is there any names there that people didn't go for? Because I seen Nicholas Anelka was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks, yeah.
Jovanovic, Vornin.
Yeah, but I told you no good ones. These are all crap.
Ronnie Rosenthal.
People are asking if Maxi Rodriguez was a forward or a midfielder.
Honestly, after I made my pick, I straight away thought of Maxi Rodriguez, and I cursed myself. He's the one I want.
There's no Irish allowed in now. No Republic of Ireland was. There's no John Aldridge and Steve Highway is being picked.
Yeah.
Any other names there, Dylan? No.
Sean Dundee,
yeah.
Fastest man in the world.
Karl-Heinz Rieder was thrown in there as well. But
Yeah, it was out really low Aldridge for me.
yeah, Grizz is about 8 feet away from his phone. And this is the only way I can tell him to get near his phone. Now, let me see. Barry Carr got promoted at work. He's now a team leader, lads.
Lovely stuff.
Well in, Barry.
Well in. Good news story. That's what we like to hear.
Has Barry, has your wedding fallen victim to the coronavirus? There's somebody moving around there, they're jogging on the spot or something. The noise coming off is unbelievable. But let us know, Barry, if your wedding that me and Andy planned is
in vain.
Is fucked. Let's be honest about it.
Is that technical?
That's a technical term. Owen Burke shouts out Milan Barros. Dylan points out now there's no more Welsh allowed. Yeah, so there you go. So big up to Barry Carr on his promotion and work. Right, there's only 3 positions left. We have number 2, number 5, and number 6. And I think Grizz is to go first on this one. So Grizz, give us a number 2, 5, and 6.
5.
Number 5, Dylan, what have we got at number 5?
a right back.
Right back. Now, Grizz, now it gets interesting. So just to let you know, no Dutch. Germany has 1 spot left. There's no Brazilians. You can have 1 Zimbabwean if you want. There's no Finnish. There's no Norwegian. I think you have.
I'm telling them what's left.
Yeah, no, you have
Let
to.
them sort it out themselves. If Grizz had a pen and paper, he'd know all this.
Yeah.
I've got it, man. I've got a pen and
I bet you he has my one. I bet you he has my one.
He's got my one. He's got my one as well.
Right,
well,
go.
if you remember rightly, Keith, I picked him in one of my. I nominated him as one of my favorite defenders of all time as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Marcus Babbel.
Great shout.
That's who I had as well.
That's who I had as well.
Marcus Babbel. So Marcus Babbel kills the German participation in this. Danny Emery had Marcus Babbel. He threw it straight up there. I'm allowed to say that, Danny, before all these snowflakes start giving out to me. Fucking whingers. Marcus Babbel is now knocked the German stuff on the head. PW follows up with Marcus Babbel. Supercar Kieran said Steve Finnan. Couldn't have had Steve Finnan because John Aldridge and Steve Highway are in there, Kieran. So this is where it gets very, very tricky. Chris, I come to you. Poor fucking Keith in this round. Chris, I come to you.
Just trying to think of fullbacks. Spain's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Spain is gone, yeah.
Bollocks.
Chris goes just thinking of fullbacks. Yeah, that would help.
Yeah. What's that, sorry?
I said, Chris goes, you started off with, I'm just trying to think of fullbacks. I said, that will help.
I think the answer for it is Spain gone, which was, yeah. It's not quite the same as fullbacks, is it? Fucking hell. I can't even think of any other right backs. All those I can think of have gone. Fucking hell. Might have to fill up the time while I think of someone.
Yeah, no worries. You walk away. Kieran just realises there that he did miss Steve Highway. There's one name come up there, but I don't think it'll qualify. But we'll see. Yeah, anybody else got any more news? If anyone has any more news, it can be as mundane as anything. Did you find some sticky barbecue sauce in the shops when you went for your big shop? Because Grizz, despite telling me you can only get in 2.25 litres, I gazumped that with a bottle of 300 milliliter sticky barbecue sauce. Grizz has denied it despite photo evidence.
Did it say sticky on the label?
Sticky, yes, it did, yeah.
I need a picture.
It's in the Discord group, in the Fatback 4 Daily group. It has a front picture and a back picture. 1 to show the name of it, and 2 to show how much is in it.
Must be an Irish one.
So no, was that what you mean an Irish one? It doesn't matter.
Irish. No, I'm not being racist.
I think you are.
Sounds it.
How long has Chris got, man? Because, like, do you know what I mean? My
Grizz,
you took 25 minutes to get a striker when you had the choice of every nationality. Not being rude.
You see, this is where it gets very interesting.
Gets a bit touchy now.
Yeah, you see, they all get into a big row when I just sit here and drink cans and have a great crack. Crom Camp is being shouted in there. I obviously can't go in because of the Dutch. Kieran says, I'm assuming the English has gone. Yeah, the English has gone.
The English went a while ago.
Yeah.
I generally can't think of I can't even think of one, which is not great.
You can't think of a right back to play for Liverpool.
That is not English, Brazilian, Dutch, or one of the other nationalities that has gone. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting to me.
He's got to play with 10 men.
Give you a charity gig here, Chris. Do you know any Israelis?
Oh, Abby Cohen.
Okay, he's throwing him a bone there.
My God, what a man you are, Keith.
If I'd have done that, you would have went mental.
No, but Keith's
hold on. I shouted out a name earlier. You went, you can't do that. You went absolutely rasher.
Yeah.
And then a fella who's playing against you is giving another fella an answer, and you're going, "What a lovely fella you are."
Yeah, but it's
man of the
okay.
people.
That's absolutely unbelievable.
But it's okay. He's helping Chris, who's got Alicia Dixon in goals. That's okay.
Alicia Dixon.
It's only because you've never heard him, Keith.
Yeah. Right, Keith, who have you got?
This is really, really hard now, to be honest, because Avi Cohen was in me head. Rigobert's song is in my head, but I'm going for, and this is going to be the death knell on my team, I'm going for the great Abel Xavier.
Oh, one of the lads says that just as you said it.
Great shout.
Good shout, mate. Player. Good shout.
Abel Xavier. Antica was giving us some news there with regards to football and when it comes back. Sorry, Ant, your original comment went off the screen. If you want to throw it back up, I promise I will catch it next time and read it out. So, we only have 2 numbers left, number 2 and number 6. Who went first there? Grizz went first there, so back to Chris.
2.
Number 2. Dylan, who's number 2?
A midfielder.
Another midfielder. Now, let me see. Stephen Mack has bought 50 cans of beans, 20 tins of Spam, and half of a spare room of vodka. Jeez, he's in for a great time. You'll get through all that when Grizz goes to do his last player, to be honest with you. Now, a midfielder. Grizz, you go. Grizz goes first here. No, Chris goes first here. Sorry. A midfielder.
I'll go with Mascherano.
Really good show.
Bastard.
Really good show.
I was torn between 2, but I think this one gives it a bit more balance.
Okay. No worries. Dylan says, I've missed them picks. Have we cut off any nationalities? Loads of them. Dylan, don't worry. Dylan, don't worry. If you're concerned about picking your own team, I'll be posting these 3 teams into the Discord group under the new section that will go up later, fantasy Liverpool draft it'll be called. So you'll be able to see the lads' 3 teams. You'll know you won't be able to pick those players, and then you will have to go from there. But it gets really, really difficult because they've cut out so many teams or players and so many nationalities for you to pick from. But that's what makes it really hard for you, and that's why you get a prize in these 3 dickheads down Grant. So let me see. Mascherano was Chris's show. Keith, who are you going with?
Very tough now. And I think I'm going to... See, I'm torn between two, right?
Well, you can say the two because there's no other midfielders after this.
Well, Grizz has to
Yeah,
pick one, does he?
but you get your pick before him.
Yeah, but I don't want to say the two of them because...
Make it difficult.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that either. I gave Chris one, didn't I? Look, I'm going to go for YNWA.
That was my other choice.
Nice. I don't know how that midfield works, though, I'm being honest.
I'll explain all that, don't we?
Yeah, we'll get to the explanations in a few minutes. I have another can to drink, so we can stay here as long as that's available to me. Grizz, we're on to your last midfielder. Who are you going with? Is Grizz there?
Yeah, I'm here. This is very tough, isn't it? Yeah.
Stephen Max says, what game are we playing? Stephen, you're going to have to go back about 40 minutes and look from the start, I'm being honest with you. Germany is gone. It is gone. For Danny, in answer to PW, it absolutely is. There was somebody putting up some information there and it's gone, but if you do it again, I'll put it back up. Ollie says, I can't wait for Hendo trophy lift just so I don't have to put up with this null and void twats. Yeah, I don't care if I've said it before, I don't care if he lifts it up on a taxi rank in Liverpool. Once he lifts that and once we get confirmed as champions, who cares?
Exactly.
Grizz,
that's
who are you
where I
going
am
with?
that.
I'm going to go with Vladimir Smitsa.
Oh, that's an awful show.
Hang on. Isn't he more of a winger?
Isn't he more of an attacker, Grizz?
He's more of an attacker, isn't he?
He's played in midfield. He played in Champions
Are
League.
you going with that, eh? Are you going with that?
In a wide position. He played behind the striker when he came on.
Mo Sissoko. Nobody went for Mo Sissoko.
That was the other one I was going to give.
Avo had Ben Ayoun. Kieran had
Ben Ayoun. What about, if you're going for a Czech Republic winger, why didn't you go for Paddy Power?
Yeah, that was one of the other options, but they played in midfield for Liverpool according to Phil Coutinho's criteria. So I played for 3.
That's
okay.
Fair enough.
I'm just using your own criteria against you. Like, don't you like it?
Well,
I love the fact it's winding you up.
When you put Vladimir Smitsa in an all-time 11, I don't think you're using any tactics against anybody, to be honest with you. So let's
let the viewers vote.
We're down to the last position, and if I'm right, the last position is another centre back. Am I right, Dylan?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm bang on.
Guess what I just remembered for the midfield? Sorry, Nuri Sahin.
Could have got him in, but he wasn't great, was he?
Yeah.
Well, no, it was Alicia Dixon, but come on.
Yeah, but he was better than. Listen.
No, he fucking wasn't. Don't go down that route.
Alicia Dixon was a better left winger than Vladimir Smitsa.
He played
And I mean, Alicia Dixon was a better player than Vladimir Smitsa.
We've got Harry Kiel in 11.
Harry Kiel was thrown in there. Avo noticed that Stephen is back because all the caps are up. So there you go. And he says he's a very quick learner and he's now up to speed, which is amazing. Stephen, unbelievable work. Where have you been, my man? Where have you been? Right, we're down to the last centre half, and Keith gets to go first on this one.
Okay, last centre back. Right. So I was banking on Mark Lawrenson still being available to team him up with Alan Hansen, but it didn't work out that way. So I'm going for a more modern version of Mark Lawrenson in the sense that he was the Robin to the Batman, and I'm going for Stefan Honcho.
Oh,
good shout.
Owen Burke. I'll tell you, I don't know if Owen Burke and Keith are the same person. Every time Keith opens his mouth, Owen says the same player.
There you go.
So you have Alan Hansen, you have Honcho, and you've Reese. It's amazing you're back 4 because 3 of them are all around in 2001.
Oh, no, yeah.
Mad, just noticed that. Stephen Mack is back for one night only. Where are you going after that? Well, I suppose if you drink a spare room full of vodka and couple it with beans and other and spam, your life will probably end fairly soon.
That's true.
Now, Grizz, you're next. Centre back.
Yeah, it's out of 2. But I'm going to go with Daniel Agger.
Daniel Agger. Okay.
That's the Danish are gone.
Okay. That's the Danish gone, of course, with Jan Moby being in there as well. And Chris, What's your last centre half choice?
I will go with Joe Matip.
Joel Matip.
Good shout.
Okay.
That was my second
got
choice
through
if
that.
I hadn't got Honcho.
Glenn Hussein was in there as a reckon.
Glenn Hussein. Martin Skirtle.
Martin Skirtle was there.
Kyriakos.
Sacco. Kyriakos. Lovren. Clavin was in there. But he's done well. He's done very, very well. Just to remind people of the team. So Chris, and people are going to look at these teams and they go, who are picking these? But when you see the reels there, the only thing I will say is that the listeners now have to make up a team, okay, with none of these players in it, okay, and basically all them countries gone as well. So you're literally going to have to go through where you can find players and make up the best team you can, and that's where the competition comes from. But Chris, Elijah Scott, Avi Cohen, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Christian Ziege, Steven Gerrard, Philip Coutinho, Javier Mascherano, Ian Rush, Sadio Mane, and John Toshak.
Can we have an explanation as to how Chris is going to work that team? Because of concerns about his strikers.
I do. I have questions for everybody. Relax. I have questions for everybody at the end. All right. Keith has Alisson Becker, Javier, Alan Hansen, Honcho Reese, Ray Kennedy, Gino Wijnaldum, Jan Molby, Fernando Torres, Mo Salah, and Steve Highway. Grizz has finished up with Bruce Robillard, Marcus Babbel, Daniel Agger, Sammy Hupia, Stig Bjornaby, Sunes, Alonso, Schmitzer, Suarez, Lippman, and Aldrich. Chris, coming to you first, right? I think the goalkeeper was a great show for me. Don't mind what the other fella's saying. The back four, I think, is good. I do think it's good. Matip and Van Dijk, brilliant partnership, leading Liverpool into a European Cup. Avi Cohen, everyone knows about Avi Cohen. And the only one I would say was Ziege, although he was a really, really good player, never showed his best at Liverpool. Gerrard, Coutinho, Mascherano, I really like the look of. Really like it. If you sit Mascherano there and you let Gerrard just be, marauding centre midfield and the other fella creates. And then up front, I presume you're going to have to play...
Mane in a free...
You're probably going to have to play Mane in some sort of tip of a diamond job with Toshak and Rush up front. Would you be right?
That'd be it, yeah. Because Toshak wouldn't have been my choice for that team because he's not the most mobile batter. But options
Toshak
were limited.
And Suarez, wasn't it? That was a Rush.
Toshak and Rush, the Welsh too. So I'd have Mane doing more of a free role.
Owen Buck asks, is Barnes considered a Jamaican? No, he's not. No, it's whoever you played international football for. I know where you're coming from. PW says no one went for Brad Friedel in goal, which is a great show.
He was shite for us though.
Yeah, but he never done that for us.
Well, it's a great show though.
A good shout though.
And Dicko update. There's a Premier League meeting Friday. Already plans drawn up where players could be tested twice a week for COVID if given go ahead by government strict guidelines. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that coming out today. And look, fingers crossed it gets done. There's other rumours about St George's Park and playing games there over a 5-week period, but we'll have to wait and see. Keith, Alisson Becker, Javier, Hansen, Honcho, Reese. I like that. Bar the fullbacks, I'm being honest with you. Ray Kennedy, Wijnaldum, Molby. I just don't know where you're getting your drive from midfield from.
Listen, am I allowed to answer this now, or are we going?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Molby's sitting there, and Genie is doing all the leg work for him. Fact.
Kennedy's bursting in the box,
and Kennedy is just there on the left hand side, supporting the front and nipping in, covering as well when he's needed. I think he's a fantastic player, and that's more than happy with my midfield on this. The only one I'm dodging on is Xavier.
Him and Genie both had a big goal in them.
Yeah, I love your front three because Salah down the right, Highway down the left, and Torres in the box. I think that's
brilliant.
Is diamond. Grizz, you went with Bruce Grobbelaar, who Stephen Mack describes as a massive cheat and game thrower. So that's who.
Might as well have went for Bruce Forsyth.
Throw your boots.
Marcus Babbel, Daniel Agger, Sammy Hupia, Stig Bjornaby. I like that. I have to be honest, I do like that. Midfield is Sunes, Alonso, and Smitzer. I love the Sunes and Alonso thing. The Smitzer thing, you lost your head. Your head gasket went. And And up front, I love your up front because Littmanen does play off Suarez, who runs amok around the place and all is in the box tapping stuff in, a bit like Raheem Sterling, who you described to me the other day as a tap-in merchant. So I really like that. Chris.
Thanks. See, it's amazing. Have you noticed? Amazing when it came to my team, and I want all the listeners to take note of this when they're voting.
Yeah.
Did you notice, listeners?
Are you campaigning already? Are we?
Can I just explain my team, please, Chris?
No.
Can the viewers notice and notice that when Gav came to describing my team and sort of giving it context information, he didn't need me to explain anything. It was absolutely self-explanatory.
No.
He tried to do me on the Smitzer. Hold on, let me finish, Gav.
Okay.
He tried to do me in the Smitzer when we all know Smitzer played in midfield in the Champions League final when he came on. The biggest game of his life, he played in the midfield.
He did. He played as a 10 behind it. He played in the 10.
Watch the game again and go and get your heat maps.
He actually didn't. He actually didn't. He actually played as an auxiliary right wing back. If you actually do want to go back and watch the game. You don't need a heat map. Go and watch the game of 2005, and you will find.
But anyway,
sorry. No, you let me finish now. If you go and watch the game, the game, you will find that he actually goes to a back three of Hippie, Carragher, and Torres, with Risa on the left hand side and Smitzer as his right wing back. That's what he does. No, he started with Smits and he realised he's shit. They put Steven Gerrard there and he put Smits in the midfield. No, that's not what he done. That's not what he done. Okay, it's not.
Listen, whatever he done, Grizz, you done well to pick the third best team out of them three. So well done.
I just wanted to see. Shaq says,
we'll point to the vote.
Shaq says, Grizz, please calm down. I second that. I think you're going to do yourself a mischief if you continue like this.
Right, Shaq, that's the last reply to any of your DMs.
Owen says, Bruce Grobbelaar throwing his piss on one of the goals at Anfield lifted the course of us not winning the league.
Thank you.
Yeah, legend. Okay. Safiso says, anyone seen Bobby training in goal? Interesting who will go in goal if we get a red late in the game with no subs available. Who would you stick in goal, lads? Just a quick one.
Van Dijk. Who's going to get a score past Van Dijk?
Yeah. Sure. Or Milner, because he seems to play everywhere else.
Milner can do everything.
Sure.
Yeah. Bobby would be.
I think Wijnaldum would be deadly.
Yeah. Genie will just do what he's told, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he just saved them balls and he.
Too short, you say, Grizz, but he's a great leap on him.
So. Stephen Mack says, John Barnes wills not or never will be English. Well, he played for England, Stephen.
Yeah.
Put the spam down. Relax. Sorry. Shaq says he's sorry to Grizz. Now I'm never responding to you for saying sorry to him. Chris, all joking aside, though, if you look at those three teams, you know, are you happy with your side that came out?
Yeah, fairly happy.
Yeah. And do you think when you look at the other two lads, are you thinking, oh, I like the look of that, or are you just, you know?
I'm more worried about Keith than Grizz's.
Okay, cool. Keith, with yours, are you happy enough with how it came out? Because I know you got a bit thrown at certain stages.
I did. I panicked on a few, but I'm happy with how it turned out. With the chemistry on my team, I think is very good. You know, you've got Alisson Becker in goal, so straight away, I'm confident that the others aren't going to score. And then me front line, fantastic. Me defence is built on the Gerard Houllier robust style of the early part of that century, with Alan Hansen in there for the cool head. I mean, I think it's the perfect mix. Yeah, you might laugh at Jan Moby, but he's in there spraying balls all over the place.
My favourite ever bit of commentary. And
Kennedy and Genie Wijnaldum.
My favourite ever bit of commentary involves Jan Moby from 1986 Cup Final when he puts it through the Everton man's legs and sets wheeling away, and John Motson's commentary is just the business.
Jan Moby was wonderful.
Question from Stu. He says, Vestavel, Cavarm and Xavi Alonso have what in common? I think they all play with Real Sociedad.
Yeah,
I think that might be it.
Right.
You can't win, Shaq. No, you're better off just being abusive to all of us, Shaq, and it's a much easier life.
And don't apologise for it.
Yeah. Dylan is quite confident. He reckons his team is looking certain for 8th place in the league, with the team he's about to pick. I don't know if that's confident or what, or he's just on the drink again.
Could be solid 8.
Grizz, with your side, you happy enough with what came out?
Yeah, I mean, look, you raised Smith's position, and that's fair enough, But after Coutinho was given a midfield role, then I had to go with Smith. So
Oh, let it go,
Head
man.
gasket was gone
Still
after
gone.
that. That's true.
Well,
Yeah.
I've let it go, so
Still
that's why I
gone.
picked Smith. But the rest of the team, I mean, Alonso, Souness, you can't,
Yeah, I
can't
like
argue
that. I
midfield.
do
And
like that.
My back four is very solid and played together.
Okay.
3 of the back 4 played together, which is brilliant for chemistry and knowing, where each one is. And Suarez, probably the best striker we've had ever. So, can't really complain.
Yeah, no worries. Supercar Kieran asks, it's a question time. Yeah, if you want to ask some questions, ask them. But they need to be random. It's the only thing we tolerate. Dylan has some random stuff he'd like to ask as well. Yeah, you absolutely would. Looking to walk away with 5 minutes or so left. Let me see. Looking at those sides though, I think these have done quite well. I think the rules were really good. I have to be honest
Brilliant.
with you.
It
Brilliant.
was very good.
I think it made it very interesting. It didn't make it straightforward where everyone just goes Gerrard and such, and then it just goes off. The only thing I will say is absolutely screw the listeners and viewers with these teams.
Good.
So, it's Stephen Max says Keith is banging on with the Moby show. Go on, Keith.
I think any listeners that are saying that they're confident.
No, they're not going to beat those sides. But what I will say to them is
difficult.
they'll have to put a lot of effort in, because if we look through it, like you can pick,
impossible.
they can pick an English player, they can pick an Irish player, they can pick a Finnish player, Scottish, Brazilian. So basically, if you, I don't know whether to change it slightly for them, and just not let them. I think maybe the best way to do it for the listeners would be, you can't have any of those players, but we won't restrict you after that, because that's taking a serious amount of players out on them.
Yeah, they can't do it.
Yeah. So what we do is,
it'll be a team full of Ronnie Rosenthal's and Alicia.
one contract is only left to be given, just for argument's sake. It's a hypothetical from Kieran. So you can only give out one more contract. Do you give it to Henderson or Wijnaldum, Keith?
Oh, Henderson. I love Genie, but Henderson's the captain. I'd give it to Henderson.
Okay. And Chris?
Probably just Henderson.
Okay. And Grizz?
I think Genie's a monstrous midfielder. I think.
I have Genie in my team tonight. Don't get me wrong, but I just think if it's a choice between one or the other, I think you don't sack off your captain who's never let you down.
Okay.
For another player who's never let you down, but
Dylan is completely against the idea of us changing any rules. He says no. The rules are the rules, and he feels he has a serious team in place.
Possible.
Yeah, well,
it's not possible. It's not.
I'll tell you what. No. I'll tell you what. We leave it as is. We leave it as is, because I did say at the start that's the way it was going to be, and this is the players you've been left with. But to pick a really good side without using them players or them nationalities is unbelievable.
I would suggest maybe letting them have one English player each.
I was going to say that. Let them have, an extra English player.
Considering they're an English team, and there should be plenty of players that you could have.
I agree.
Okay.
Just because me and Keith are nice people, and we're the people's people.
We are people men, Grizz, people men.
Dylan, you won't be sending in the next 10 minutes, because I won't have the section done up yet. The section will go up at some stage this evening. Keep an eye out on the Discord. You literally go to our Discord page. You go in, you will look down the side, you will see LFC draft. You go in there, you will see the three. I'll basically give you a list of the players you cannot use, and I'll give you a list of the nationalities you cannot use. Okay, but I said that, for argument's sake, if we didn't use no French players here today, you can use 2. Do you get me? If we've used one Egyptian, you can only use one more, that kind of way. So we've basically taken loads of options away from you. You have to put in your team, and then myself and Keith are going to, and Grizz and Chris, we between the 4 of us, we'll all have a look. We'll all get the teams in. We'll have a look. We'll put a top 3 in, and whoever can put them in, whoever wins it after a poll will win that. Will win the jersey as soon as it comes out from Nike and Liverpool. So let me see. How much weight have you boys put on over the last 5 or 6 weeks during lockdown? I've lost weight.
Have you?
Yeah,
Bastard.
I've lost weight.
Or not?
I've lost weight. Grizz, are you hovering just at your fighting weight, or what's going on?
No, I'm progressing well.
Go on.
Which way?
Give us more
Up or
details of
down?
that.
No, down, Keith. I'll got to send you in my weight, didn't I? Damn. All right, I'll send you in my weight, and then we'll look at it again in a month's time.
Okay, Chris.
Putting loads on, which is why me and my wife are doing the 3-peak challenge.
Nice.
You know, we have the hour out, and we're doing that for charity.
Nice. That'll get you
Nice,
sorted.
nice.
Avo says all the listeners have got a fourth choice. Obviously, after the 3, which is a fair point. We all have the same choice of what's left. It's fair for us all. Leave it as is. Yeah, you're not getting an extra English player. Fuck that. Stephen Mack points out that the 1986 FA Cup team only had one English player. So there you go. Go and look. Dylan says, what is the Daytrippers 5-a-side?
Well, we need
Daytrippers.
I think we need trials first to pick a 5-a-side. We can't just pick a 5-a-side without trials.
Well, who
'Cause
do
you haven't seen it play.
yeah, but if right, so just go on the basis of what you think people are like playing football, Grizz. Who would you pick as your Daytrippers 5-a-side?
Bearing in mind Grizz is making a comeback, so
right.
he's dusting off his Elijah Scott boots.
Listen, you was talking about Jan Moby earlier on. Bloody, you ain't seen Jan Moby, mate. You seen me.
I built my career on Jan Molby.
Right, so I pick Keith definitely because he's a football man. Even if he ain't good at it, he'll talk us through it.
Right.
Top man.
I love Gav because Gav, believe it or not, I haven't seen Gav play, but the reports that came back from the 5-a-side we played against the Anfield Rap were that he's very mercurial. So I'll bring in Gav.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2. I'll have Sean because just, he'll look good in any kit. So that's 3.
He's certainly going to look good in this team, but beside me and Gav.
Speak for yourself. I'm going to get my hair cut.
I'll definitely pick myself because I had Leighton Orient trials when I was 14.
You didn't. You walked past Brisbane Road once on your way to walk.
And that leaves a goalkeeper. I'll pick Matt in goal because he's quite active in it with all this rock climbing and fucking mountaineering and all that kind of shit. So he can probably jump around in goal like a clown he is.
I'm not going to lie, Shawnee's going to be walking his bollocks off in that team. He want to work on his cardio.
Danny Emery says England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Germany, Spain, Denmark, Brazil, Norway, Netherlands and Finland are all gone out of this side. Yeah, there you go. It's unbelievable. So now listen, I'm not going to babysit you on it. I'm going to give you the list of players. You'll know what nationalities they are, and then after that I'm going to tell you exactly what you have to do outside of that. All right. 5-a-side. Davo in goal. Shane Davern in goal because I'm not having Phil because he's a fucking insane. He's beyond. He's bipolar squared. Stephen Max says any 5 except Phil. I back that up. Phil's just mental. Davo in goal. Big Joe Walsh at the back. Myself. You have to get the Lawsons in. The Lawsons are good at football. Yeah, I'll take the 2 Lawsons. I think Joe will sort it out. I'll just supply the 2 Lawsons there, and they'll just do the business.
Guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you on that.
Why?
I'll catch up. I've got to start doing my eating, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I'm putting you on my 5-a-side team and all Grizz.
Yeah.
Well, you still can.
I still am, but you're going in goal, just so you know.
Fair enough.
Right.
Guys, love you and leave you.
See you in a bit, Chris.
See you, Grizz.
Be good.
Good luck, Grizz.
Keith, do you want to give me a 5-a-side? Chris doesn't know all the Daytrippers, so we can't ask Chris.
I know 5.
You know 5, so he's got to name 5 Daytrippers for you. Chris, go.
Yeah,
Name your 5 Daytrippers.
Grizz, me, Keith, Gav, Matt.
Right, cool. There you go.
If I have a no.
There you go. That's
sounds quite quick and easy.
never happening. Be in the pub.
No, it's never.
The tough ask on the knees, that one.
Keith, who are you going for?
I'm only lying. Grizz is gone now. He's not in my team.
Yeah,
I'm going to put Phil in goal. I'm going to take 2 of the Lawson brothers as well for that bit of height back there. I'm going to have Garbrain, the coach, the football man, and myself.
Nice. I like
top team.
That means I don't have to play, which means I can bring cans and watch.
Well, that's it. I was just sort of, it's ruthless industry here, Gav. I wasn't going to pick you just because you were there. See how I've pulled the rug out from underneath Grizz, you know?
Yeah. When we get off this call, you probably message a few hours ago. We're never going to pick him. No, but look, that's been a brilliant show. I'd like to thank Grizz, who's just gone.
Very
I'd like
good.
to thank Dylan, who looked after us with all the choices as
Yeah,
well.
nice one, Dylan.
I'd like to thank all the viewers for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and please subscribe and please hit the bell icon, as every time we go live, you will know we're live and all that messing. We're even starting to put the videos up earlier on in the day, so you can, it'll come up and give you a notification to say these lads are live at whatever time. If you're on Periscope, please share it onto your timeline. Please like and all that stuff as well. Hotmic, we will be doing a little bit more with Hotmic now over the next week or so. So if you go on there, hotmic.io on your browser or Apple or Android Play stores, download the app, register. It takes like 30 seconds, and then just use LFCDT as your invite code, and you'll be straight in following us, and you get all the material there. I am, as I said, working on doing an interview with Chris Pajak tomorrow, and I'm gonna get that'll be a pre-record. It'll come out on YouTube later on today, and I may be speaking to Jose Enrique on Friday morning. So
Unlucky not to make our team.
yeah,
Jose.
and Jose Enrique will be on as well. Hopefully, I'll be speaking to him on Friday as a pre-record, but I will release it as well. Trev Downey doesn't even get in the backup bench. No. Now listen, come here and I tell you, I want to have a big chat with Andy sometime next week. We're buying Trev a book, and don't tell Trev. And we've managed to get his address, and we're going to send him the book, and he won't know who it's from. But people have thrown us a few quid for it. We'll explain it all next week. You'll see when it comes along. So competition-wise, I'm going to literally knock this off now. I'm going to go straight into Discord. I'm going to set up a new group in there called LFC Draft. I'm going to list all these players that you cannot use. I'm going to state the rules, and underneath you post your side. You have 48 hours to do it, okay? And when you do it then, even if we only get 3 people in it, they go to a poll. If we get 10, we look at the best 3. And the winner of the poll then will win the new Nike Liverpool home jersey with all the bells and whistles. All right.
Put the effort in, folks. You know,
put the effort in. Exactly.
The reward is worth it.
Yeah.
If you have a big wooden fridge door, open that. Get the wife out. Put the effort in. You're limited in who you can pick, but, you know, give it a go.
Absolutely. Thanks a million for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. That's been the Fatback 4 Daily. We will be back with you tomorrow night in some way, shape or form with some sort of fucking show. We'll find something to do. Even if it's just sitting around on camera drinking cans. Look, we can all do it together. That's it. Talk to you in a bit. Over now.